Guys, welcome back to another tutorial video. Thanks for being on our channel. We are so excited to share with you more dancing moves because we love dancing, we want you to love dancing, and we want you to be able to learn it for free, which is why we make YouTube videos.
Yeah. We're gonna learn a lift today, which is like, I feel like everybody's cheering.
I know, yay, lifts, right? We have only done a few lifts. This is going to be slightly more advanced than the ones we've done.
Yeah.
However, we just want to be clear, your safety is your responsibility. So if you're not comfortable doing this, don't try it. It's okay. You can learn something else, or you can get into a situation where you have spotters, or you have mats, or
all the things,
whatever, so that you can be safe.
Yeah.
Learn it. We're going to teach it to our best ability, but once again, your safety is your responsibility.
Yes, and we highly recommend using spotters, always. However, with this one, it's going to be pretty simple, but let's show you. I think most people call this the Wheel of Fortune. We just call it the one.
Backstory behind the one, we didn't know what it was called, so we said, the one where this happens, and then that just got shortened to, the one.
And
so
here
now
we
it's
are.
just the one.
Let's get started.
All right, this move starts with your hand, thumb facing down, lady's thumb facing up, and you're gripped like that. I know that this grip is not going to make sense to a lot of people, but if you start like this, her wrist is going to be fine. It stays connected the whole time. It's not going to make a lot of sense, but when she comes in, she rolls in like this, and this is how your hand is. Thumb facing down, and by the end of the move, she'll be like this with your palm facing up, guys, and the hand down. It never got disconnected. I know that doesn't make sense, but trust us, that's what happens, okay? So, thumb facing down, your thumb facing up, like you're shaking hands in a really weird way, or you're holding hands and going for a walk. Okay, so she starts out to the side, and what you're gonna do is pull the lady in, and she's going to turn and spin in and face that way, directly to your right.
Like a cinnamon roll.
She's going to kick her left leg, but my recommendation is not to kick hard, just to move smoothly so that the guy can time better and do the throwing rather than you doing the kicking, okay? Guy's left hand is going to be right down here and grab onto that thigh, and this is where the throwing motion happens. Here with the thigh and here with the arm around the waist.
Ladies, make sure you block out that leg. It isn't bending the whole time, and your right leg is going to bend like in a passe. So what it will look like is this, straight leg, keep it so strong, and then passe. Yeah?
Okay. Now, the throw is going to be a lot of timing of the two of you together, as well as a lot of effort on the guy's part, right? The lady's job is to move smoothly into it and then hold a tight position in the movement because they stay still the entire time.
Okay, so legs straight, right leg's in passe. This right hand, I like to put it right here on his wrist. I'm not gripping it, okay? It's just kind of sitting there. It's holding it, it's just not like death grip.
Right, because you're going to rotate around that forearm.
Yeah.
So you can't have a death grip, otherwise it'll slow your rotation down.
Yeah, but then it's also going to help push his arm down a little bit, so that his arm doesn't like come up against your neck. You want it down right here next to your waist.
Now, the guy's throw on this, hand here on the thigh, here on the waist, is going to be a timing thing, getting in as soon as possible. When she turns and her leg starts to split, you need to get your hand down, squat down and get that hand in there so that you can get your momentum going. If you stand up tall and wait for her leg to be all the way up here, you're not gonna have enough momentum to get her around. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
so
use your legs.
Start down here and really throw, and then it's kind of like a hooking rotation like this as you throw. Throw with this left hand, pull this arm around, and then come around to catch on the same thigh.
We like to do progressions whenever we teach lift tutorials, and also when we're learning lifts ourselves. So a progression that you can do to feel most comfortable with this lift in the beginning is to do it halfway.
Yeah, break it down as much as reasonably possible.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to show you.
So here, practice that timing.
Yeah.
Turn her out again, bring her in, get that hand in soon, and just do like a little throw, right? So we're practicing getting in as soon as possible. She's practicing, remember, she's got to turn all the way and face the other wall and smoothly kick up the leg so that he can get in there to throw.
Yeah. And then I think at the end of it, once you get comfortable with that, you just kind of have to check it.
But here's the good news. She's hanging onto your arm the whole time.
The whole time.
So hopefully she won't fall head first because her upper body is hanging on to the arm. Use mats, use spotters, right? But if she doesn't rotate all the way, let's say she rotates, because really when we start the throw, she's in here, right? If she rotates another 3/4, she should just land on her feet. Even if she doesn't get all the way the rotation, she'll be like part of the way there, and your arm will still be here, so she'll be hanging onto it in kind of like a dip fashion.
Yeah.
So this one is relatively safe, assuming that you're really careful, so use spotters once again, okay?
Spotters.
So should we demonstrate? Yeah, I don't know. Should we demonstrate what it looks like if you under rotate?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be under rotating.
Right? She didn't make it around to the catch, but she just landed on her feet. And I held my arm out there, she hung on tight so that I could kind of gently let her down onto her feet. So once you've done a few attempts, just like getting the timing down with your partner and stuff, really ultimately what it comes down to is just throwing it and hoping for the best. Once again, she likely will land on her feet, but the more you use your legs and you really get this motion down, you can really get her to whip around fast, and then hopefully you can get that catch in on that leg. All right, we just wanted to talk about a couple things that are common mistakes on this lift that we see when we teach other people. So,
ladies, when you roll in, make sure you are rolling straight side. We've already said that, but you would not believe how many ladies go to the diagonal.
and then when they go to kick their leg up, go ahead, Shaylee. Now look how far away her leg is. My arm's nearly straight trying to reach it. It's really hard for me to throw that far away from my body. So you need to make sure that you rotate all the way so that that leg comes up really close so that he can really get that throw good.
And with that being said, men, make sure you are throwing straight to the side, right? Windmill, think of a windmill. Because we don't want the lady's leg to also be over-rotating this way, over the shoulder.
Pretty common, if you throw it like this, it's gonna get caught up in your chest and on your head.
Yeah.
So face directly that way and try to spin it in that
Directly
straight line.
side, yeah.
So that she's not too far away from you and not running into you at the same time.
Yes. And last tip that we want to give you is for the ladies. Make sure when you are doing this lift that you are keeping your head up and arching your back almost. Some of you are a lot more flexible than me, so maybe not arch, but definitely like keep your head up. You are literally being stiff. This is the position. You are lift stiff and you have your head up, because when you land, you want it to be similar to this. You don't want to be like curved down, because that is not pretty, right? So keep your head up, back arched a little bit, and you just like hold that position the whole time and you'll be set to jet.
Awesome. The last tip is throw hard, throw fast, and have your timing together.
Yeah.
When you go to do this throw, you have to be in there early in order to get the momentum going, and you have to throw hard if you want to get the rotation around. So, really throw it hard. I was over-exaggerating a little bit there. Just really crank on it and get her rotation around so that the catch is up easy and high. Even if the catch is pretty low, you can do that too, but you just risk getting closer to like dropping or her knee hitting the ground or something else that you don't want to do.
Guys, thanks for learning the one with us.
That's what we are going to forever call it. So
Forever
it's
and
the
always.
one.
Forever and always. if you call it the one, we'll know that you are kindred spirits.
Yes, and that you watched our tutorial video and not someone else's. Guys, if you do this video, please tag us on Instagram and TikTok. Send it to us. We'd love to see it. We'd love to give tips if we can. Comment below if you have questions. If any of that wasn't clear, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell if you want to see more dance tutorials, and always keep dancing.